y'all, it's Lae'Visia Rivers, and no, I'm not late to class. It's Sunday Sins, honey, and I'm right here on the second floor, the English wing of the Grundy High School, honey, right here in the 24614. Youngins, I used to own this hallway. I didn't wear no wig back then, and now there's a lot of youngins that's passed through this hall since then. And a couple weeks ago, I got a chance to spend some time with some kids that had recently graduated from this school. And I was real disappointed in what I found out about them, because in all that education that they got, they didn't get all they needed. So that's going to be what we're going to talk about in today's Sunday Sins. But let's reminisce just for a minute. Look at this school. Look at them lockers, honey. I don't think I ever kept a book in any of them lockers, honey. I just kept my junk in the car. I guess back in the day, honey, you just did what you wanted to do, you know. I was the last one here and the first one to leave. That's what they used to say. It's kind of fun. It's kind of nice. Honey, old Carol Branham run a tight ship. And now I got, honey, that Leslie Keene, she runs her a tight ship too, honey. But we love them and we take care of them. Honey, them golden waves, we all take care of each other. Anyways, I'm digressing. So let's talk about Sunday Sins. Like I said, a couple weeks ago, I had sat down with some friends, some people, and there was some youngins around that had recently graduated. And we were talking about music and things of importance in life that these kids didn't know not one thing about. So I thought I needed to bring it to the attention of all of our different school systems that it was time to add some important educational programs. We got to talk about music with these youngins. These kids had never heard of Cher. An old movie to them was Home Alone. Where do these youngins live? My God, what have you been doing with these kids? Kids used to not teach them nothing. They didn't know no George Jones, honey. Had never heard no Loretta Lynn, honey. No Conway Twitty. No Journey, honey. No Paula Abdul, honey. They didn't know who Paula Abdul was, honey. No Forever I'm Your Girl, honey. None of this. Well, listen. There was a life before Justin Bieber's, or whatever his name is, okay? You understand there was. And there will be life after him, I realize that, honey. But there'll always be lying here with Linda on my mind, Conway Twitty, okay? And these youngins need to know all about that, because that's our heritage, honey. They need to know who Ralph Stanley is, the Dr. Ralph Stanley, honey, who is their heritage right here from these mountains, okay? You need to know that. Right here in this library, honey, you can research that. See that? That's that library. But you got a library at home, honey, on that computer. Just like you find me on YouTube, you need to get on YouTube and you need to find some good music, okay? You need some Journey, you need some Heart, honey. You need some Guns N' Roses, honey. Find out who these people are. Teach your youngins this stuff. This stuff is important. God, I'm worried about these youngins. I asked them, I said, what's the first CD that you ever owned? And most of them was like, oh, it was like Taylor Swift. Taylor who? What? That ain't, no, that ain't music. She's all right and everything, but honey, listen, these youngins need to know what music was, honey. They shouldn't think that the 1980s was greatest hits, golden oldies, honey. That was good music, honey, okay? 80s and 90s, honey. You know what my first CD I owned was? And I ain't ashamed to admit it. It was Vanilla Ice, honey. Ice, baby, honey. And I had a Aiwea, A-I-W-A CD player, honey, and it said right on it not to touch the lens on it, honey, and it skipped all day long. But I listened right up to it, to the Ice, baby on it. Youngins did too. That's our generation. And all that good country music, honey. Reba. Oh, Lord. It still upsets me to this point, honey. So we played a bunch of music for them. My friend Anita, not my mom Anita, my friend Anita and I played a bunch of music for these youngins, and they sat and just listened, honey, mesmerized, because they'd never heard nothing good before, honey. All they'd ever heard was a bunch of this retracked bunch of dubbed over, computerized, generated stuff, honey. They'd never heard real people singing, honey, playing real instruments. Well, honey, that's what it's all about. So what I am suggesting, not suggestion, whatever, I don't know. I'm in the English department. I guess I'm nervous, honey. Lord, I guess I'm nervous that Lynn Smith's going to come back down here and holler at me, honey, for saying something wrong or doing something wrong. Or Debbie Raines, maybe. She's down the hall here, too. Or, Lord, maybe even Whitney Compton, honey. She might come get me, too. Lord, I don't know. One of them might. What I'm suggesting, I did it again, is that maybe y'all should have Lae'Visia come to y'all's schools and give some etiquette lessons to the youngins, and also teach them some pop culture, our pop culture, important culture, things that's right, things that's good, things that's decent. And I'll teach them how to dress too, honey. I'll teach them, honey, how to get away from that American Eagle, honey, and stop wearing flip-flops everywhere they go, okay? I think it's good. I think you just need to get you in school boards and try to figure that out. So for this Sunday sin, honey, The atonement is, let's figure out a way to teach these young'uns what good music is and what good living's all about, honey. A lot of these young'uns, what we used to think we did as rebels and being wild in school, honey, they doing that way too early. And yins know what I'm talking about. So let's clean it up. Let's clean these young'uns up, honey. Let's get them as clean as Leslie Keene has got this hallway up here, honey. And they got this shining, honey, like it's new money, honey. It looks like Tiffany diamonds up here. And this school is 375 years old. So let's get it cleaned up, honey, and let's teach them some music, honey. Let's get them some George Jones going. They need to understand he stopped loving her today and what it means and what it's all about. It's Lae'Visia Rivers, honey, and it's Sunday sins. And this is a deadly, deadly sad sin, honey, that the young'uns don't understand good music. Oh, Lord. Don't know who George Jones is. I'm going to worry all night long and not sleep. You shouldn't either. Y'all have a good week, and we'll talk to you soon. Love you, mean it. It's Lae'Visia Rivers, live and on location, honey, from the home of the Golden Wave.